Testing, testing. Can you guys hear this? Can you guys can hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. Does the music sound really... Oh crap, I can't be doing this. That is gonna get flagged immediately. That was just audio playing through my computer. Okay, let me put on the music that the playlist that I have. I hope that doesn't get... that might mute everything. Well, whatever. I might not just not be able to play this back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. I updated the what I was saying before is that the Windows update kind of screwed me up. So I don't know what's going on. So does the music sound kind of crackly? Because it kind of sounds a little bit crackly for me. All right, let's bring up the webcam. And then let me get trains going. Ah, lost a whole bunch of you guys. That sucks. Oh well. Just gotta get trains happening here. Where am I? So now you guys don't hear any music. This is really wacky. All right, well, I gotta turn off this Skype thing here. All right, what? But now, do you guys see the webcam? Because I'm not seeing it on my my playback. What an oddball everything happening right now. Okay, I think... All right, so just put on your own music because I can't troubleshoot what's going on right now, why it's not picking up the... Oh wait, there we go. Now you should hear some music. Okay! You see me? Let's see if we can get trains to go on now. This is the day of... all sorts of problems here. All right, sorry about all the technical difficulties here today, guys. This is just weird. I don't know, as long as you guys can hear me and you can see me, I'm gonna boot over to trains here, and then hopefully everything is working. I mean, if you can hear me, then 2716, then I think your advice worked. So I can hear and see, now run trains. All right, so here we go. All right. So this is where we left off in the last 2 episodes. I was gonna do some... I installed the shaders and I was gonna do some other stuff to make this look a little bit better, but now that we're running like way behind, we're just gonna get going, get cranking. What I was trying to say earlier is that I have a Crystal Pepsi here that I was lucky enough to find nearby, so I'm gonna share that with you guys. Yeah. So have a quick swig of that. Wet my palate. Ah, that's the good stuff. Ah, that's my favorite. Okay, I gotta decide what I'm doing here. Get myself comfortable after moments of panic. I think what I want to do is get some work done closing out the backside of this area, and I guess just start to blend this scene in with the rest of the map somehow. I haven't quite decided exactly what I'm gonna do to do that, but we'll give it a shot. So I think what I'm gonna do is just start off by copying and pasting some trees. Where am I? How did I get lost that quickly? Farmville. This is Farm Simulator. Anyway, so how's everybody's Saturday going so far? It is Saturday, right? I just got back from a camping trip, and man, my days of the week are all kind of mixed up in my head. So forgive me if I if I seem a little disorientated. It does feel like a feels like a Tuesday, I guess. Luckily this time, camping, I didn't get any insects in my ear. It was a insect incident-free camping trip this time, which I am grateful for. And I got to see the eclipse too, which was cool up here in the Northeast. We only got like 60% coverage, but it was pretty cool. I tried to get some photos, but I didn't really get too much of anything like unique. I guess I was trying to get something a little bit more special than a close-up of the moon going in front of the sun, but I got pretty much the same thing everybody else got. No big deal. But you guys down in the south, you guys got a nice show, full total eclipse, which is pretty cool. We're gonna get one up in the Northeast. I think they said in 2024 is the next big one we're gonna have. Josh BNSF says 96. Husky Railfender says 75. It's pretty cool. I mean, just seeing it in general is really neat. Like, my first glimpse of it, we were out on the lake on a boat, and I knew the time was coming up that we should go back to shore and get my camera set up and stuff like that. But a cloud passed in front of the sun, and I looked up, and it was like 10% of the sun was already obscured. I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Like, really surprised me, and it really made me think, you know, what primitive man would have thought when they saw something like that. You know, it's not like you see the moon coming, it just comes out of nowhere, and then suddenly the sun is getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and you can't even tell that it's the moon. You know, that is what is passing in front of the sun. So I can just imagine what primitive men and women and children thought back, you know, even 1,000 years ago. But I know a lot of the ancients had really great astronomy. I mean, they didn't really do much else. They had a lot of time to just stare up at the sky, so they had complex maths and a really great understanding of how space works. So at some point, I'm sure they figured it out, but man, that would just be mind-blowing to be in ancient times and look up and see the sun just disappearing like that. Alright, we're just trying to move some trees around here. Like I said, I want to just blend this into the rest of the scene. Like, I think this is probably the part that bores me the most, is doing this sort of stuff. Because I really like doing these detailed scenes with the buildings and houses and garbage on the side of the road and debris and stuff like that. But tying it all together and linking it together gets a little bit boring to me. So this is why I bring you guys along to keep me company, so I can actually get this done. And I gotta just quit out of... How do I close Skype? Exit. Hold on one second. This Skype for Windows 10, I put it on Do Not Disturb, and it still disturbs. It's really irritating. So this morning, what I was saying when my mic wasn't working is I went out to the farmer's market out here, and the farmer's market is right next to the CSX Goodman Yard out here in Rochester. And just as I was getting ready to leave, I heard a train off in the distance, and so I ran over to the bridge, to the overpass, where I could observe what was going on. And the first train that went by was a Amtrak, I believe it was the Lakeshore Limited, coming from Chicago. It had all the sleeper cars and baggage cars and stuff like that, so that was really cool to see. And just as that was passing, a CSX manifest pulled up, like, right on the adjacent track, just tailing it. And I got some video of it on my Snapchat, so if you haven't checked it out already, go take a look. But it was a nice surprise to catch two for one. I thought it was just the Amtrak train coming through, and then right at the end, this CSX train comes rolling through, and it was a pretty long train. It looked like it was about 3 trains worth of stuff. It started off as an entirely all grain cars, grain hoppers, and then it turned into a mixed bag of stuff. And then it was a garbage train, and then it turned back into a mixed bag of stuff, and then there was a whole bunch of tankers. So it looked like they combined like 3 or 4 trains together. But it was pretty cool. It was running into the yard. It was coming in pretty slow, so I didn't stick around for the whole thing because I wanted to get back here. The only thing with drinking soda is that it's going to make me burp. And that's not good for live streaming. No burps. You guys are checking out Needles. How's it going? I made a bit of a mistake with Needles, and I thought that the build for Trains Model Railroad and SP2 was... I thought they were both 4.4, but apparently SP2 is 4.5. So currently, Needles is only working for Trains the New Era SP2. And I thought it would work with Trains Model Railroad Edition, which it is not right now. I am working on getting a version of that out for you guys, which really shouldn't be hard. I just have to export it from Trains Model Railroad and put up another link. Shouldn't be much of a problem. I'll try to get that out to you guys sooner than later if I can. It is a beautiful day here, a little bit chilly, but I will be going out for a bike ride after this, so... Hey, Bill M made it. Good morning, Bill. Alright, what are we doing? Sometimes I get a little bit distracted and misfocused when I'm chatting with you guys, trying to keep an eye on the stream and do some designing here. Too many of these big shrubs, I think. All right, let's see. So what else is going on today? We got 26 people watching. That's better than I had anticipated for Saturday morning on a fairly unannounced live stream. So that's good. I'll take it. Just thought we'd hang out for a little bit, and hopefully some of my subscribers that are in Europe are able to check this out. I've had a lot of requests to live stream for them, and the UK is about 5 hours ahead of us, so right now it is 4:30 p.m. over there. But I can't, right now I can't live stream in the middle of the day. It's just too nice outside. Maybe in the wintertime when I'm going to be stuck inside. You know, the weather out here in Rochester in the wintertime is just miserable, so I'll be inside a lot making videos, doing live streams, doing projects. Farm stuff. I gotta get started on, I have 2 more series that, what am I looking for? Vegetation. 2 more series that I need to get started on. I just haven't had the time to get cracking on it, but I have all the graphics and stuff like that put together. So I just need to actually start filming. Let's get rid of some of these billboard trees. Somebody mentioned that for these speed trees, there's a thread somewhere on the forums about like what the names of these things actually mean. And I haven't found it yet. I also haven't looked, but it would be if any of you guys know that link offhand, Skype it to me or snap it to me or something like that, because it would be helpful for me to know exactly what these assets, what they mean, what they are. Move some of this stuff around a little bit. Trying to not go too crazy with the grasses. I don't know. It looks more realistic to me to have lots of tall grasses and stuff like that, but at the same time it is a bit of a frame rate killer with this game. But whatever. It's got to look good. What do you guys think about this? Let me ask you your opinion. There's a few things I would like to get to upgrade my computer and upgrade my setup a little bit. I'm just curious what you guys think I should do here. I currently only have 1 monitor, so I'd like to get a dual monitor setup. And I also want to upgrade my graphics card. Right now I'm running a GeForce GTX 960, and I'm looking to get the 1080 or 1080 Ti or something like that. So with that, I'd like to also get a 4K monitor, but I only have money for one or the other at a time. You guys think I should do... You guys think I should do the monitor first so I have a dual monitor setup that I can work with? Or should I do the graphics card and then get the monitor? See you later, Ben. Because I'm close to... I almost bought the a 4K monitor just to have a second monitor, because right now, as my second monitor, I'm using my MacBook Pro right next to me, which is kind of... It works, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to do that, so it'd be nice to have a second monitor. Get the GPU first, and then the dual monitors, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. I guess I can live without the without a second monitor for a bit. It's not imperative, not life or death, but having a better graphics card would probably improve my the performance of the game. I don't need a new computer. This computer that I'm running right now, I just built. It is cutting edge, top of the line, Core i7 7700K. It runs at 4.5 gigahertz. I've got it liquid cooled. 32 gigs of RAM that I'm probably going to upgrade to 64 or 128 at some point. So my rig is a beast as it is. I don't need a new rig. I just need a new graphics card. I couldn't afford to get a new graphics card when I built this rig. This rig already cost me like almost $2,000 to build. So at that point, I wasn't going to put another. I didn't have another $800 to invest into a graphics card, so I figured I would just wait, use my 960. And so far it's getting me by, but I noticed like when I was doing the cinematics for Needles, there was some stuttering. And really, that map is so small, there shouldn't be any stuttering. I shouldn't have to worry about that, you know? There's really not a whole lot going on, so any kind of stuttering like that is just kind of annoying. Right now, I'm not getting, you know, I don't have fraps open, so I don't know what my frame rate is right now, but usually in this game, I get around, I don't know, 30-ish frames per second. And when I'm recording, it goes down to maybe 20-ish. So it'd be good to have something a little bit better. GTX 1050 or 1080. 1080 is what I would like to get, because I built my machine to also handle VR in the future. So I would like to get the 1080 or 1080 Ti so I can actually get a get some kind of a VR setup at some point, just for fun, just for the funsies. How are we looking with this? Not that anybody really needs VR, but it's just fun. It's cool. I need to do some stuff down here. This is looking cool. It's just a background thing. I might move this road a little bit. You're watching this in 4K, but I'm broadcasting in 1080p. Just so this road doesn't just disappear off into the woods, or like over the, not off into the woods, like over the edge of the world. Just make it look like it's going around the bend. We'll hide it. Have a sip of coffee. And I just spilled it all over my desk. Just use my coaster to, to wipe it up. Come on. Get it together. Right where my mouse is, too. Will I be releasing this map for free? Yes, this map will be free. There will be payware add-ons, though, which include the some of the engines and maybe some other rolling stock type things. Haven't decided yet. Still really early in the building process, and my association with Jointed Rail as well. Still in my infancy. And Needles is only the second map that I've ever released at all. So this is all very new stuff to me. It's all a learning experience. Hopefully I don't screw things up too much. Just trying to have some fun. That's all I want to do. Have some fun, entertain some people at the same time. Share my love of this game with other people who enjoy it. Coffee and Pepsi, yeah, I know. It's an okay mix. I have to thin out some of these trees too, because I just put way too many in. I'm just trying to hide this massive drop off. Maybe one day I'll expand it out so that it's a bigger tile, but for now, this is fine. What's up, Virginian? Well, you know, I agree with you, Northwest Survival, that if it is 6 years in the making, it should be a payware thing, because it did take me a lot of time. But the thing is that this isn't really my map. Like, this is Bill M's idea, and I'm building on it, or building off of it, I guess you could say. So for me, it doesn't feel ethically right to charge. Like, yes, I am building it, but Bill is technically the original visionary of it, so I feel like if I charged it, I would have to give him a cut of it, and then that complicates things. And I don't know, ethically it just doesn't feel right to be charging money for something else that somebody else came up with. So I won't do that. However, the add-on packs are a little bit different, because they are something that I'm working with the JR guys to develop, and that's going to be their engines and their models and stuff like that, so that of course needs to be compensated for. Coke or Pepsi? I like Pepsi, and I have Crystal Pepsi here with me today. Just delicious. Let's see how this looks. It's looking more like a road going off into the wilderness instead of off of the edge of the world, so I'm okay with that. Maybe we could bring in a couple more of these trees a little bit closer. The hitboxes, man, I always say this every time I'm doing this. The hitboxes on these old billboard trees are the worst. And the only reason I'm using them is because they're so big and they cover so much area, so I don't need to use so many of them. I know I say that as I'm like deleting these and moving them around, but that only happened because I copy and pasted over other items, and then it just got really, really dense. When will I start my next series? The next series, I was hoping to have gotten started on it by now, but I probably won't be able to get started on anything for a few weeks. Next weekend is Labor Day weekend, and my brother, who I haven't seen in like 2 years, is going to be in town, so we're going to go to my cabin in the Catskills. So I probably won't be able to get something out for that. I won't have time to record. And then the following weekend, I have to go back down to the Catskills and shoot a wedding, photograph a wedding. So that's going to set me back. But then after that, I am pretty free. So probably mid-September, I'll get started on my next series. And I have, in my pocket right now, in the pre-planning stages, I have 3 or 4 different video series that I want to get started on. So I keep saying I have a lot in store for you guys, which I do. I just don't have the time to actually get cranking on it. But yeah, there's about 4 other series that I'll probably get started on over the winter time. The fall and the winter time, and I'm gonna be stuck inside anyway. So be doing that, and I think you guys are really gonna like the next. You guys are really gonna like what I have coming up. I think. I hope. If you don't like it, you'll let me know, I'm sure. Will I ever play Train Sim 2017? I don't know. I've thought about expanding my channel to do other train videos, but is Train Simulator 17 more of a building game, or is it more of just an operating game? Because as much as I love operating the trains, I prefer to be a builder. So I don't know, if it's just an operating game, then I'm probably not gonna get too into it. And when am I gonna release the P&B? This section, I don't know. Hopefully in a month, but we'll see. I don't know. There's still so much to do, and this kind of stuff takes a long time. So I don't know. I was hoping to have it by the summertime, but who knows? All right, so you can't build in Train Simulator 17. That answers that. Oh, there's my intro jingle. I gotta get some other music. I actually was talking with Strict Toaster, if you can believe it or not. I was talking with Strict Toaster on Twitter about where he gets his music from, and he gave me a recommendation for Epidemic music, or I think it's Epidemic Sounds or something like that. They have some kind of $15 a month or something like that, and you get unlimited access to their music library. And I was listening through it. It's all pretty good stuff. So I might I'm thinking about considering doing that so I could have some better music content, because this free YouTube music it's a little dry. Yeah, let's copy and paste some stuff here. That way we can move a little bit quicker, close up this area. Somebody had mentioned also that I should connect these roads together. I could do that. It's just a matter of, does it really matter if they're connected, because these cars aren't actually going anywhere. So they don't. I get the idea of having it, you know, fully connected and everything, but I don't think it's not that important, I don't think. The graphics in Train Simulator are much better, I agree. Trains, I mean, I've been playing Trains since, like, I don't know, 2001 or something like that, and really not a whole lot has changed in terms of, like, how the game looks or operates or anything like that, which I think is kind of tragic. Like, Trains: A New Era has some nice new shading options and shadows and stuff like that, but, I mean, otherwise it's basically exactly the same game that we've been playing since 2001, with a few extra bells and whistles, which I you know, I think a lot of it has to do with people wanting to hold on to all this old content that's been kicking around since then, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I think out with the old, in with the new. I want more higher definition trees and assets and stuff like that. So personally, I wouldn't be too upset if the next version of the game they were like, oh, well, we're not going to support any of the old content anymore. It's all going to be from here on out. This is the new stuff, you know. That's it. Old content won't work. I would be totally okay with that. Yeah, the tools are great, I agree, but what I'm saying is the look of the game. Like, we're still operating on a game engine that was built 20 years ago almost. So, I mean, they could definitely make the game look a lot more like Train Simulator 17 and have the same surveyor tools and stuff like that. It's just, they have to redo the whole game. And I get it, you know, like if next year they came out with Trains, a new era, you know, part 2 or something like that, and it was like, oh, the P&B is going to be gone because they're not supporting any new content, or any of the old content, they're only going to support new content, I'd be pretty upset, but at the same time, I would be happy at the opportunity to have a much higher quality route building experience and world building experience than what we're looking at right now. And you know, like, look at a game like City Skylines, for example. That game is so complex. There is so much going on, so many calculations. People walking around, cars going places, trains going places on their own, tons of like AI stuff happening, a light cycle, shadows for every asset. Like, there's millions and millions of things going on. And that game runs better and more smoother than this game. And to me, that's insane, because this game only, like, literally there's nothing happening right now. This game should be running butter smooth, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't. Let's put a couple trees over here. Hello, trees. There we go. Yeah, these trees, they look terrible, but they cover a nice big space. They're good background filler trees. Yeah, I see we've got 34 viewers right now. That's awesome. Very good for a Saturday at noon. Or morning. Some of you guys might still be in the morning. Train's the newest era. Train's a newer era. I like that one. We gotta figure out what we're doing over here. See, like, these big tiles worth of just nothing. I never really know what to do with. At some point, I probably should put some, like, developments, like housing developments and stuff like that in the background. 9 a.m. Northwest Survival. You must be on the West Coast, then. Am I going to create content on Jointed Rail? Well, I guess my first foray into that is with Needles, so that's my first content on Jointed Rail. I don't know about creating freight cars and doing 3D modeling. I've never done it before, so I can't say I'd be any good at it. I'd like to try it, but honestly, I don't really know what Mike's plan was with me when he invited me on. I'm guessing they need route builders, and I'm a route builder, so I'm guessing that I might be building some routes with them. Actually two of the other video series that I have planned are going to be Jointed Rail route builds. What am I trying to do here? Level off this ground just a little tiny bit. Alrighty. If you guys don't know, this tool right here, Plateau, if you keep the sensitivity kind of low, this is a really good way to get smoother transitions on your hills. Or if you screw up an area like over here, you can fix it by leveling it off. It's usually better if you keep a bigger brush size, keep the sensitivity low, and then you have a little bit more control over it. And that way you can kind of smooth out some of the hillsides a little bit, get some more rolling type hills. But you know, the earth isn't perfectly smooth hilly, so a little bit of jaggedness isn't such a bad thing. And this is all going to just be in the background anyway. My plan also, that I eventually one day would like to do, is back here. This is the back end of what am I trying to say? This is the back end of Old Town and the oil refinery. And what I had in my mind to do eventually, there's an old passenger station up here in Old Town. Right here. Jointed Rail has a Catskill Mountain Railroad RS3, which is the Catskill Mountain Railroad, if you don't know, is the... I've mentioned this before. It's a railroad I used to volunteer with. It's my hometown railroad, tourist railroad. So I used to volunteer with them. I've got a lot of photography of them. And they have a model on their club car. So what I wanted to do was get a couple of coaches and run some excursions from here out this way down the line. And maybe even use this runaround or something like that. Maybe that's the spot where they store their equipment or something. Kind of like what I see up at the Saratoga North Creek when I go up that way. And then eventually continuing this track somewhere back here. Building some sort of a scenic excursion ride that they could do. Which would be pretty cool, I think. A lot of fun. A lot of fun for me, at least. Anyway. Let's make sure this looks kind of halfway smooth, which it does not. Let's see, it is 12 o'clock. I think the lid on my coffee cup is leaking. I think that's what's happening. We need to scenic some of this. Go a little bit larger with this. Man, I gotta say, the weather out here right now in New York as a whole, and probably the whole Northeast, is just absolutely bananas right now. I don't understand. It's like, it was like down in the 40s last night. It's gonna get down in the 40s tonight too. It's August. I've never seen it so chilly ever out here. Like today, this morning when I went to the farmer's market, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cold out here. It felt like it was October. I don't know, it feels like it's gonna start snowing in a couple of weeks, which I hope it doesn't. Too soon. I'm not ready for summer to be over with. It went by too quick. I had to move in the middle of summertime, which sucked. Screwed me all up. I didn't get to go to the beach. Didn't get to do any of the fun stuff I usually do. Although I did get to go camping twice, which was nice. Spread out some of these trees a little bit. Doesn't have to be so dense. Maybe one day I'll find some better assets and replace all these ugly trees with other newer, better, bigger, less ugly trees. But yeah, I'm hoping to get outside later today. I think my wife and I are gonna rent a couple of bikes and, well actually, yeah, we have to rent them. She has a bike, but it has a flat tire, so we have to rent some bikes. Go for a bike ride down the Erie Canal. I think it'll be kind of fun. Get outside, get some fresh air, get a little exercise. Maybe, bike down to some of these local towns that are along the canal. Check them out. Bring my camera with me. We gotta paste down some trees, yeah. Yeah, I really wanted to get this map out someday soon. Well, you know, I'm more excited to finish these areas and move on to like the Allegheny Yard and some of these other really big areas that I have to do. I'm tired of planting trees. I want to do more industrial scenes. But you know what? I guess some of the builds that I have coming up for the other series are quite industrial, so that'll be that sort of supplement. Lots of snow this year, says the Virginian. I hope not. Some of the junctions don't work for me on needles, and I'm running Tane SP2. What is not working with your junctions? Are you just missing them, or are they not switching? I could try to troubleshoot you just for a bit. I know somebody messaged me about missing some junctions, which are the US and S electric motor switch machines or whatever. And I think those are on uslw.net. Although I thought I included them in the content pack, but apparently not. Alright, how are we looking here? This is one of these scenes that looks really nice, but you're never gonna see this. You know? It's like the train is all the way over here. Excuse me. Mass 4449. They won't even show up. You have no junctions showing up at all. Alright, what else we gotta do over here? We got that. We gotta do some stuff over here. I don't know what to do with this area. Let's take a look at this trackage for a momento. Because I think we're on a grade, and I don't really necessarily like the shape of it. A lot of the junctions are missing. That's really interesting that if you guys are having that problem, because the junctions are definitely on the download station. They are the New Century style switch stands that I use all over the place. That and the US and S electric switch stands, which are on USLW. Alright, I'm gonna decide what do I like about it. Do I like this shape of this track? I really would like to get this connected up. I think... Put a small town in the empty area, like over here probably? Might not be a bad idea. Can do that. One thing I am trying to figure out is... Let's see, these trees look a little bit different. I put a valley here, and I don't know if I need to connect that up to anything else. I guess that's... kind of goes through here. Yeah, I think I'll leave that. Small town, yeah, that might work. Okay, so the US and S ones you're missing. Those are ones that are on the... They're all on the main line. I thought I put them in the content pack. So they should be uslw.net. Just search the US and S style. If not, just replace it with whatever. Where do you find the safe train signal gantry on jointed rail? That was not in the content pack either. Basically, what I did for the content pack was I went into Content Manager and just said on download station false and built-in false, and then I packaged all that up. Let's see, we're gonna replace this track here. Bye bye, HDVI3M. Go. US and S is what they're called. I think I could even find it right on here for you real quick. Should be, I think it's this one right here. I think this is the one that I use. Switch machine, US and S. Here's the CUID on the bottom, right there. I'll leave that up for a second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on then. If you're not missing any dependencies and they're not showing up, then that sounds like some kind of a That sounds more like a bug to me than anything. Anyway, where are we? What am I doing? We are trying to fix this. Yeah, see, this track is kind of buried. It's one thing I am not liking about it. Why are you making that noise at me? It's telling me I can't grab this. What? See, now this is trains being buggy. Is it on a different layer? Hmm. Ah, so here we are with trains being buggy again. I can't grab this spline point. But it'll let me disconnect it. That's interesting. Very, very weird. Very weird. Alright, well, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that the way it is. Oh, is it because there's a train on the tracks all the way over here that is not letting me do that? I bet you that's what it is. Slide him down. There we go. I just want to raise this up just a little tiny bit. Ever so slightly. Oh, that's good. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So, what do you guys think? Somebody mentioned a small town over here. What else? You guys have any ideas that I could put in here? Something maybe simple? I might even be able to continue this farm a little tiny bit. Problem is that the tile ends over here. Just trying to think of like what would be the most sensible thing adjacent to a farm. It would probably be like more farmland, really? Maybe? Right? Maybe if I can have another dirt road come off over here. I don't know. Why not? Let's try it. Let's level this out just a little bit. We won't make it too big. It'll just be like, just additional areas for some crops. Oh, that's right, because this is a grade. I have to make fix. We fix, we fix, we fix. We break, we fix. Mostly just fix. That's the other thing that I'm looking forward to, like, getting into some of the other newer areas, is that it's pretty much just blank. Like, I don't have to spend so much time trying to fix something that I did years ago. I can actually just focus on doing a build right from scratch. Strasbourg Railroad, that'd be kind of cool. I gotta go up with this sensitivity. And then we'll delete some of these trees. I wish there was a way to just move them, like in a group. Or like delete a whole bunch of crap all at once instead of, you know, if I could do like the select. Can you do that? Do like a select area and then delete? Place height objects. Add height objects. No, doesn't look like it. Alright, we are going to move some of this stuff back here to act as sort of a backdrop. And then we will add in our road. I should probably text my wife in a moment and see what she's up to. To see if I'm committed to going out somewhere very soon or not, or if I still have time. Bring this up this way. Yeah, why not? That looks great. What's up, Trevor Trains? Welcome. Build a hump yard. I could. Do they work in Trains the New Era? This is quite a hilly area. Holy moly. Did not realize. Level it out a little bit more. Alright, I think that's going to be our area. So, let's bring over our road. Whoa. Mouse sensitivity today, jeez. Where do I want to cut this in? So we can go something like this. That might be cool. Level that off. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. Then let's bring this around to this way. Kind of like around the perimeter of the... what's going to be our farmland area. Ooh, my mouse is bugging out. Ah, okay, so you can delete mass areas using copy and paste tool. Good to know, good to know. Alright, and let's bring this... we'll bring it to here. It's not going to go the whole length. That's not what I want it to do. Click! Man. Maybe I need new batteries. I feel like I really like this mouse. I've got the G602. It's a really great gaming mouse, but I have so many connectivity problems with it. It's just constantly like acting weird, shooting all over the screen, and I don't know, just doesn't work right. Dominic here has a question. What do you got? Refreshing. Let's delete some of these trees. Could I build 19th Street in Erie? I don't know what that is. Not familiar. Sounds like it'd be cool though. Just do some assets here. I really like this new Queen Anne's lace that I've been using. I'm gonna have to bring it into some other areas because it just looks super, super nice. How do I feel about the Texas hurricane? It sucks. My brother is actually in Houston and battening down the hatches. So hopefully everything stays all right with him out there and everybody else. It's not a good situation. Not a good situation to be in. I was in New York City when Hurricane Sandy hit, so I know exactly what it's like to be in the direct path of a hurricane in a city that is not very used to having hurricanes. It is not fun. What's up, Carlos? Welcome. Glad you can make it. Just gotta level some of this off because this is very, very hilly. Actually, I should probably go into, if I go into grid mode, that would help. Help me see all the jagged spots. Yeah, being in a hurricane is it's definitely not fun. I mean, if you live in an area that is hurricane prone, like in Florida, and you're kind of used to that, it's a different story. But like, I don't think Texas gets hurricanes very often, and New York City certainly doesn't either. So I remember when Sandy hit in the city in New York, we luckily I had power because the building I lived in actually used to be a hospital, so it was built pretty strong. But I had the whole week off of work. My job, where my job was located, was in downtown, where all the power was out for the entire week, and it was just complete pandemonium from what I heard from people who were actually in Manhattan. I live in Brooklyn, or lived in Brooklyn at the time, so I didn't see a lot of it, but I remember seeing just buses and buses and buses and buses of people trying to get to work. All the subways shut down, everything was flooded. It was absolute pandemonium. Alright, let's see how this is looking. Oops. Fix our track. I think this might be good. We can throw down some ground textures. Yeah, that'll be right. Although I do kind of usually like the roadbed to be more raised up, but you know what? I think it'll be good. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna text my wife and make sure I'm not supposed to be doing something else yet. Alrighty. Yeah, this is actually a bigger area than I expected, but it'll do. Bring our fence over. I find that one of the best ways to build some of these areas is to figure out like your infrastructure first, like obviously where your tracks are going to go, but where your road is going to go, and then build around that as your border and stuff. Then you know how to conform, what kind of space you have to conform to. Do I have Steam? Yes, I have Steam. Okay, so sounds like I have a little bit longer to hang out. Okay, where are we? We are doing this. Disconnect this guy here. Yes, I am in New York. I'm not in Texas. That's my brother, not me. Alright, that's cool. I'm gonna have to figure out a farm texture to do too. Should we put another... we should put a barn out there too. Some kind of barn. Let's get some crops. We can find something different this time. What would be a good texture? Let's take a look at a few. Nope. This one's not bad. Alternatively, I could do, in this area, I could do some kind of splines. Just to have a... just for a change. That'd be a lot of tomatoes. Yeah. Delete. I don't know about that. I think I'll just stick to the, some kind of texturing. What does this look like? That's interesting. Let's use this one. And we want to rotate it. I like them at an angle to the road or to the tracks. That's a good angle. So let's start over here. And go this way. It's always satisfying to me when I paint a large area like this, like during the time lapse, and when I watch it back on when I'm editing it. It just, I don't know, for some reason, just watching this big area get painted in so quickly and nicely and cleanly just looks really cool. Really satisfying. I don't know why. Still got 33 people watching. Awesome. Thank you all for hanging out, guys, on this lovely Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Saturday. Actually, this is the last Saturday in August, is it not? I believe it is. But don't forget, if it is a nice day, go outside, get some fresh air. Go play in the dirt. Go for a bike ride, go for a walk, go for a run. Go take some pictures, go rail fan, do something. Do something outside, enjoy this weather while we have it. If the weather is nice, of course. If you're in the middle of the hurricane, then stay inside. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we will do... what did I do over here for the sub-road bed? I think I did the gravel dirty. No, I want to keep the scale small. It's all about layering, dudes. All about layering. Sub-road bed, regular road bed. Dirt, grasses, whatever. I will have to raise this up too. Where's the spline point? There it is. There we go. That's cool. And I don't mind that it's... let's move this a little bit closer. I don't mind that it's a little bit up, too. A little bit raised. A little bit higher. Like the track is... or the, what am I trying to say? The farmland is closer to track level. Like over here, the roadbed is raised up, but... you know what? I don't mind this kind of leveling off. The terrain is changing. It's a little bit different. So, I think that's kind of neat. We will now blend. And I wish my, I have a pen and tablet stylus thing. I wish that would work. Actually, I never tried it, but it'd be cool if it worked for doing this, because this is just so much like doing Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator sometimes. So it'd be kind of cool to use the pen, use a pen and stylus touch tablet thingy rather than a mouse. You just have a little bit more precision, a little bit more control. And especially if it was like pressure sensitive, that would be awesome. You can try to just break up this pattern a little bit because there's a lot of repeating patterns here in the in this crop. I'll just kind of break it up with some dirt. A little dirt never hurt. Ain't that right? No, I don't like that one. We're gonna use brown dirt. Okay, that's looking cool. I think maybe we'll tuck a barn over here. Or actually, you know what? Let me just put it over here. That's a good spot. And we should ballast our track too. That will help make it look a little bit better. Hard for me to see my keyboard, like with this freaking microphone in my face. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see, let's get this pick list here. I made a pick list for farm stuff from the last video. So let's see if I saved anything that looks decent that I haven't used yet. Boom, 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 boom. Now, which one of these did I use? That looks like this one. Tin building. That's pretty big. Maybe I will use this one. Let's see how it fits. Yeah, I don't think I'm... It's not gonna be too close though. What would be in this barn? I try to imagine myself, like what would they use this for? This seems maybe it's a little too big. It looks like maybe there'd be horses or some kind of livestock or something in there. So maybe we won't use that one. Maybe something a little bit smaller, just like a barn. These are farmhouses. Animated windmill, freight house. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, it's a little bit too small. What's up, newcomers? We got Quinn Einer? Quinn Einer? Hello. Welcome. What do we got here? This one is nice, but it also looks like it needs to have a siding. I don't want a siding. I just want a... Let's search it. Barn. Search. Go. I just need like a basic barn. That's all. What is this? No. That looks a little bit European. No, 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 no. I wish I, like, one day I'm just gonna sit down and go through all the assets that I have and just delete absolutely everything that I don't like. This is actually kind of cool. Derelict barn. Yes, we're gonna use this. Let's do this. Yes, I do like this. Now let's close this up. We'll make this kind of like an overgrown. Oh, that does have fence there. Okay, so we'll make this look a little beat up because that's just what I like. That's my look. I wish also like pick lists, like the pick list should just be right here. Like I shouldn't have to hit this drop down and then go into this sub menu. Like why? Just give me one stinking menu with all my pick lists. This game. I wish there was a way to mod it too. That would be awesome. I'd learn how to write code to mod this game to bend to my will. What am I looking for? Ground texture. It's just like little improvements I think could make building a little bit more of an enjoyable experience. And a little bit more consistent experience as well. Alright, now what I gotta do, let's get some vegetation in here and then we can finish the texturing. It's gonna be kind of like an overgrown, kind of an overgrown area, I'd say. Get some trees. That's a fern. Get a nice tree there. Get a nice tree over here. Nice happy trees, as Bob Ross used to say. I do like the happy trees. Now, do I need... Throw a couple shrubs in there. Actually, let's do... So, I mean, honestly, guys, like, when you watch my videos, this is a lot of times... It's all sped up, but... I will spend some time just like staring at a scene sometimes, especially in between cuts. Like sometimes you won't notice that I cut the camera, but I do spend a lot of time just like staring at a scene, thinking to myself like, what am I gonna do here? what can I do to make this more interesting? And sometimes it does take a little while to figure out what that thing is gonna be. Doesn't always just happen. Like sometimes if I really think about a build, I can get it going pretty quickly, but for the most part, a lot of times I spend time just like staring at a scene, like trying to think like, if this was real life, what would be there? How would this be used? And what purpose does it serve? So a lot of times it takes time. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe we could put a windmill over here too. Especially like some of these scenes that I don't know, I've never been to some areas, you know, like trying to come up with stuff off the top of my head without looking at photos online or, you know, just thinking about stuff that I've seen like while I'm driving around. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at the shadow on that. That looks nice. That's just really cool. Anyway. What else am I trying? I want to add some other stuff here. Farm supply? No. I thought I had some, like tractors and stuff, but maybe I don't really need that. Maybe an old trailer? Maybe a container. You know, sometimes they have, like, these things look really out of place, but they'll just drop a container, like, somewhere in the back for... storage of something or another. I'll put it like way back here. We could even like make it look really grown in too. Sorry, I'm just like looking at the chat trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. I have to go back to the scenery here. Vegetation. What else we got? Some of these things. Like I said, I'm trying to add some newer, some different scenery that I haven't used before. Kind of clip it into the buildings, if you have to. Neat. I like that. I need some shrubs. Small ones. Bloop. Bloop. Put you there. Put you there. Throw a couple around here. And then, oh, I know what else I could do. And then this is what happens to me. Like suddenly, it'll start coming to me. I'll be like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add this. And then I kind of slowly, as it begins to take shape, I get inspired by, I guess, what I'm doing. And then it generates more ideas. And I'm like, ah, yes, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use these Verbascum thapsus. I love these things, man. Look at those things. And I don't know which one I like more, the number 1 or number 2. I think they represent different parts of the season, but I mix them. I really don't know which one belongs in the summertime. But either way, you guys know that guy? It'll work. It'll work either way. I don't want grass that big. Oh, grassy. Grassy, give me the grassy. Sometimes it's just a matter of even remembering, like, what assets I have, where they're located, what they're called. That's good. Let's throw another grassy over here. Why not? Grassy grass looks good. Neat. Okay. Now we're getting a scene together here. Now we're getting a scene. So now we kind of need like a border of some kind here. I guess we'll do another fence. This is where I wish I had that stone wall. I wonder if I can open up. No, I did search the download station for it. I wonder if I have stone something. Let's see if I can find anything that is similar to that stone wall that I was talking about in my last episode or 2 episodes. Not quite like this. It's like a stone pile, like a rock pile. Maybe that's what I should look up, rock pile. Maybe? No. Definitely not. Alright, forget that idea. Let's just use the fence. Just as a way to, just to close up this area a little tiny bit. Doesn't even have to go the whole way. I think that's probably good. And you know what? Let's even do, do I have a pick list for streetlights? Because I think a streetlight would be cool. No. I think like one of those, I don't even know where I use them. One of those orange streetlights would be good. What do we got here? Let's see what this one looks like at nighttime. Alright, well, I'll take it. You see, this is another thing that I would say Trains needs to update, is their nighttime lighting engine. What is going on in the chat? You guys are crazy. What is... Well, we'll stick with this. Alright, now we need to... I gotta blend some of this together, and then we'll have a little bit more of a completed looking scene. Ground texture. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me do a save. Do not save session. And I'm gonna just plant some more stuffs. Plant a few stuffs over here. And then a couple of shrubs. Kind of work our way around a little bit. A couple of these guys. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. The train channel, hello, welcome. And then I think I was using the, I gotta get the asset, the Grassy Spline, the skinny one. Ooh, jeez, my mouse is going haywire. So I should probably go down the length of this. No! Don't tell me that. How many times does that show up in my videos, guys? It's just annoying. And go up to here. Hold on, the wife is texting me. Ah, the train channel's got needles running. That's good. Somebody got it. Glad somebody's got it working. Seems like a lot of people are having issues, so. Come on. I don't think I'm gonna do the whole length of... Come on. I hate that it does this with the spline thing. I'm not gonna do the whole length of this, I don't think. Just because it's gonna be in the background, sort of. Let's see how this is looking. It's getting there. We're getting somewhere. So I probably have about... I'm gonna go for another maybe 10 minutes or so, guys, and then I gotta get on with my day. I think that'll be the game plan. So wherever we leave off, we'll pick up with... Maybe I'll stream again tomorrow night. Possibly. I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow night, so I might be able to stream tomorrow night. We'll see. I'm gonna move in some of these trees. See you later, Joshua3101. Thank you for joining us. I have SP2. This is Trains of New Era SP2. So I mentioned that Needles was only going to work in SP2. Don't try to boot it up in anything else, because it's not going to work. Theoretically, you could probably get it working in Needles if you can get into the config and change the build number, but I would say if you're trying to get it to work in TMR, just wait until I can release the TMR build version. This is going to be the same. Yes, SP2 is more updated than SP1. That's how it works. Some people are having issues with SP2 though, so I don't know if I would recommend upgrading to SP2 or not. Because I have seen, or have heard that a lot of people are having SP2 issues. I don't know where they are, but apparently it does exist. This looks a little bit too samey for me. I'm gonna break this up. Let's see if I can copy and paste this without the textures. Or a section of it. Be nice to be able to copy and paste on an angle, but we gotta live with what we got. That's the wrong way. Go this way. Just trying to break up some of the sameness. Oh, you know what? It's pasting the textures. I didn't want the textures pasting. So I'll just retexture it myself. That's fine. Just break up the area a little tiny bit. And delete these windmills. Hello? Delete the windmill. Go away. Go away. Okay. Ah, Boeing fan 727. Welcome. You're just in time for me to be wrapping this up in a few minutes. We're going to do a little bit of texturing through here, and then might call it quits so I can go make some lunch, then get outside for a bit, enjoy my day. I just noticed the whole time that my microphone is like been like way up in the middle of my face. Sorry about that. Move this stuff around a bit, and then texture. Alrighty, that's looking cool. Get all blended in. Don't ask me how I found all these textures that like blend in together very nicely, because it's just been through years of trial and error, I suppose. I'm gonna do a little bit of grass, I think, just a little bit. I find if you go really quick with the mouse, it kind of goes a little bit lighter on the application, so to speak. So that's a good way to keep it kind of thin. And well blended, I suppose. I think that it's like 7 layers or something like that of blending. Something along those lines. And maybe we could do a little bit of a valley here again. It's, methinks that might work. A little bit bigger. Whoa. Sensitivity is so wonky sometimes. It's like sometimes it's really sensitive and sometimes it's not. It's like just this little tiny hair makes a huge chunk of difference. We'll go up and down a little bit. Give it some variety. You need some better looking trees. Maybe some more grass over here too. And then we'll find a couple good trees, and then we're gonna see what that looks like, and then we might call it quits. Vegetation. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I like these guys. This mountain, I think it's a mountain maple. It's probably my favorite one so far. Throw one of these guys. This one's also really nice. Obviously, the ones that I have on my pick list are the ones that I like the most. Throw another one over here. Throw this guy over here. What else we got? Some of these I don't really anticipate myself ever really using, so... Oh, that's a nice one. Save you. Oh, sumac was, somebody mentioned that too. That's what I was thinking in my one video. If there's any sumac. There's sumac all over the place. That's not a sumac tree. Yeah, I'll have to go on the download station and see if I can find anything like that. That was looking alright. Okay with that. Maybe throw down a couple of shrubs. Maybe move this guy up a little bit. Move this guy over here a little bit. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Where's my power lines? Add them in. In fact, I'm gonna even do one of these where we cross over. Yeah, why not? That's not gonna be... can't do that. Not gonna be the right height. So I'm not gonna do that. And then I think on this side we're probably just gonna fill in the rest with some trees. But we're not gonna do that today. Alright, so this scene is getting somewhere. A little bit more farmland territory. I like it. I like it. Alright, Northwest Survival, thanks for hanging. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. See you in the next stream. I think I am going to be heading out in a moment myself. So I think, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it quits here. And let me do a save. And if I have time tomorrow night... If I have time tomorrow night, we'll do another stream tomorrow night. And finish off this area a little tiny bit. Maybe if we finish off this area, we can run some trains and finish off our operating session up in Vani as well. That'd be kind of fun. But really, that depends on how my day goes tomorrow. I don't really think... What do I have going on tomorrow? I don't think I have much going on. Kind of have a free weekend, so... let's zoom out. Wow. We'll enjoy the view. Marvel at this beautiful view for just a moment. It's looking pretty cool. We'll just slowly creep around. But I think that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And I'll check back as soon as I can. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And see you next time. Thanks for chilling.